Hello everyone. Today I'm back at the Spring Hill Cemetery in Nashville, Tennessee. This large cemetery north of downtown Nashville is one of the more star-studded cemeteries in Music City. Over the next few weeks we're going to be visiting the final resting place of such stars as Earl Scruggs, Hank Snow, Jimmy Martin, George Morgan, and Keith Whitley, just to name a few. Last week I began my visit to Spring Hill by visiting the grave of the king of country music, Mr. Roy Acuff. Roy Acuff and his Smoky Mountain Boys are one of my all-time favorite country music groups, and in previous videos I visited the grave of a couple of men who were longtime members of the Smoky Mountain Boys. Beecher Kirby, the man who was known as Bashful Brother Oswald, is resting over in Forest Lawn in Goodlettsville, Tennessee. And Onie Wheeler is resting at Mount Juliet Memorial Gardens in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. I'll put a link to those videos in the description below. This week, I'm going to be visiting the grave of another Smoky Mountain boy, Fiddle Player Howard Forrester, who's resting just a couple of sections over from Mr. Acuff. Howard Wilson Forrester was born on March 31st, 1922, in Vernon, Tennessee. He was the youngest of 4 children, and the entire family was musically inclined, with his father, grandfather, and uncle all talented fiddle players. When Howard was 11, he was struck with rheumatic fever and was bedridden for several months, during which time he too learned to play the fiddle. The family moved to Nashville somewhere around 1935, and Howard began performing with his brothers. This eventually led him to the stage of the Grand Ole Opry as a member of the Vagabonds in 1938. Howard and fellow Vagabond member Harold Goodman left the group to form their own act called the Tennessee Valley Boys and began performing on the Saddle Mountain Roundup radio show in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It was during this time that Goodman began calling Howard Big Howdy. The name stuck and was later shortened to just Howdy Forrester. In 1940, Howard left Tulsa and returned to Nashville, where he joined Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys. He remained with the Bluegrass Boys until 1943, when he was drafted into the United States Navy. He served in the Navy during World War II and was honorably discharged in 1946. After completing his military service, Howard returned to the Bluegrass Boys, but he soon moved to Dallas, Texas, where he began performing on KRLD's Texas Roundup. While in Dallas, Harold met and began performing and touring with Cowboy Copas. He stayed with Copas until 1951. It was then that he began his long association with Roy Acuff and the Smoky Mountain Boys. Howard's greatest success came while he was a member of the Smoky Mountain Boys, touring with Roy Acuff and performing on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. He also recorded several records with Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs and the Foggy Mountain Boys, along with several solo albums, including one called Fancy Fiddlin' in Country Style. In 1964, Howard stopped touring with the Smoky Mountain Boys and joined the Acuff Rose Artists Corporation. He continued to record solo albums and perform with the Smoky Mountain Boys on the Grand Ole Opry during the 1970s and 1980s. Howard, along with Onie Wheeler, Jimmy Riddle, Charlie Collins, and Bashful Brother Oswald, are the Smoky Mountain Boys that I remember the best, and I was lucky enough to see them perform several times at the Opry and at the old Opryland Amusement Park. Howard Forrester continued to perform on the Opry and at Opryland until he passed away at the age of 65 on August 1st, 1987. There's one other member of the Smoky Mountain Boys buried in this cemetery. I called the office before I arrived and they gave me the section and plot number. But after searching for more than an hour, I could not find the grave of guitar player Charlie Collins. Hopefully, I can get back here and visit his grave in a future video. Now, I'm going to end this video here at the grave of Smoky Mountain Boy Howard Forrester. If you have any memories of Howard, the Smoky Mountain Boys, or any of the people that we visit in these videos, please be sure to leave me a comment. I upload a new tombstone video every Sunday morning, so if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. While you're at it, a thumbs up is always very much appreciated. So until next time, please remember, life is a wonderful journey. Please take time and enjoy it. And I'll see you down the road. So long, everyone.